So before combat begins, you'll often have time to organize your Praetorians into a formation within a highlighted area. Blue, simply click one of your Praetorians to move them, and then you can go into the preparation phase. So basically, this is the setup phase for the RTS combat. So we don't have... We're going to put ourselves there, and the rest of the formation is pretty simple, as we don't have many options right now. So, attacking an enemy, first select which skill to use. Each skill cannot be used more than once per turn. Many skills require an action point to use, and some have limited charges per encounter. So we'll go with our this guy. Yeah. So this is basically you have to click between the characters during your turn, so we can like do half a turn on a character and still continue with that character after we've done someone else's. So I'm gonna see if you can't actually straight up kill any of these. I'll do that one. I'm going to put you just in the way so I can get myself nice and close to this one. Okay, nearly done there. Knock you out.
Deadly with that thing. I've lived other lives before this one.
Yeah, we'll use Gaius to get that. And so basically, untrained enemies. Whenever you kill or incapacitate an untrained, which this symbol, characters such as villains or militia, in this case a Gammonite, the character who dealt the final blow will regain their attack action. Remember that any given skill can be used once per turn, and the action points cannot be saved for the next turn. Try to finish off any untrained enemies with a character who will still have skill left to use in that turn. An important bit of information there. There we go. Right. So the interrupt skills, as you can see, was very useful as we just attacked as soon as we could.
Where's that gladiator who boarded with us? Up there. Never underestimate the value of an impressive entrance.
Okay. So we've now got one of each character types. We've got the Princeps, the Triarius, I believe, Sagittarius, or I can't actually pronounce the actual thing without reading it, and then the Veles. So basically, this tutorial gives you like a good little information about all of the different characters you can play as. Try and bonk this guy to death. There we go. Beautiful. Sure. Give everyone the ability to move more. If any status effects applied to a character will show up in the tooltip. The number indicates the remaining duration of the combat rounds, whilst the bar indicates how severe it is. Status effects can be positive, negative, or neutral. To get more information about status effects, press the C status effects key. Open a list of them. Okay. Gonna do that. Yeah. So basically, whenever you see a red square, you also take a attack of opportunity, which is obviously very important to know. All right, we've got him covered. Our boy there is getting a little bit taken away. You have other stuff to do. We'll be back, and if not, best of the stream. Thanks you, Bob. Have a good one, my dude. Get ready, you. Right. Activate skill. So these skills don't always cost actions, which is nice to know. You have something really good to know. Try and bop you. Right, so we cannot see target because of bestias in the way. But now we can. So let's get rid of him.
I think this is the last of them.
We can see you from here. Here we go. All about angles. And that is how you put an enemy down. There we go. We're all uninjured.
Back to Neptune's asshole, barbarians! The Triarchus run us straight into the pirate ambush, Spearman. Allow me to execute him right here and right now. This traitor must be working with them.
I believe so as well. It's too great a coincidence.
I will make him pay for his betrayal.
It is quite unusual for pirates to attack any ship, let alone a heavily armed Roman galley. They prefer to attack lightly defended coastal towns instead. It's less risky and more profitable.
Well, let's go talk to the man.
First, let us let's go look around. I was gonna say let's look around, but it looks like there is no loot. So straight to the man.
Geminos, you steered us into a trap.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I had nothing to do with it, I promise. They came out of nowhere.
Silence! You utter nonsense! By Mars, it is the sea! How can anyone come from nowhere?
We cannot execute a man based on no evidence. Besides, we need our Triarchus to make it safely ashore.
What do you say, kid? What do you think we should do?
Why are you asking me? You are the Primus. This kind of decision is your responsibility.
I'm just a humble Canturio, albeit a particularly well-dressed one. Lucullus has greater plans for you. Your father's dead. The time to rely on others to make difficult decisions for you is gone.
Why do you want him dead, Gladiator?
We are close to our destination, and we can reach it without him. If there is a possibility that he is working with the enemy, we cannot risk to let him live. Mercy, doubt, hesitation. These are all openings that the enemy can exploit to kill you. This man's value to us is far less than the threat he may pose.
Gaius, if pirates don't attack ships as you say, why would these ones make an exception?
We are, many of us, important people, on our way to join the action against Lesbos. Is it not conceivable that the rebels heard of us? The Kingdom of Pontus is known to sponsor pirates, to harass and weaken Rome. I do not believe we have any reason to suspect our Triarchus of colluding with them.
He needs to be executed.
No tolerance for failure. Very well. Let us hope you will hold yourself to the same standard.
I'm bound by honor and duty. No Roman would dare ignore these.
Agreed. And you had better remember this, for I certainly will.
No, I had no way of knowing, please.
I told you! Keep silent!
Rowers, up the tempo, and keep your eyes open.
Quest succeeded. Pirates on the Mediterranean. I was going to say Mediterranean there, but that would not make sense. And it is now time to pick a class. So as I was saying earlier, there are 4 classes in this game. There are Princeps, which is the kind of like your typical sword, spear, shield type of character. So Princeps, heavy armored and sturdy tower shields give Rome's frontline infantry unparalleled survivability, and they look pretty damn cool. The Princeps are the most straightforward class to play, given by the hint of the game. But so the subclasses for it, so every class has like 3 subclasses to kind of give them a little bit more variety. You can either start focusing on the defender, which is, you know, focus survivability and protecting allies, kind of like a you will not pass type deal. We've got the vanguards, which charge to the fray and excel at using their shields as weapons, which are what I went down in my test game, and by test game being the demo. We've got the veterans, lock down enemies and resist any attempts to do the same to them. So essentially, you're that one's a little bit more of like a kind of like a you will like stops them like yeah. Basically, it's just a I guess harrying the enemy is probably the best way to put it. But yeah, these are the type of weapons you'll be seeing quite often as a Princeps and what you'll be equipping. There is also options to use swords as well, but I kind of prefer spears. They really do seem to be a lot more fun from what I've played so far. But the best armor type for us is heavy, and the class arm weapon is shield, which is the way we basically extend our health bar, as the game says. We've then got Veles. So the speed and predictability of light infantry allows them to cause great chaos among enemy ranks. And they have 3 subclasses as well. So we've got the assassins. They have good mobility and high single target damage. Duelists are evasive fighters that dodge and weave between battles. This is what Bestia starts as well. As you can see, you got the ability Shiv. And we've got Brawlers, which are versatile fighters that excel at penetrating enemy lines. Essentially, it's a they will not Brawlers tend to get in deeper and kill. Duelists, essentially, as the game says, are able to fight multiple enemies in quick succession, and assassins are just really good at killing a single enemy at a time. They excel at using dual weapons, and don't wear as heavy armor as the Princeps. We've then got the Sagittarius, which the ability to strike at distance makes archers very flexible, hampered only by shields which deflect their arrows. So these are your typical archer class, which is just very fun, from what I've seen. They get marksmen, which is defensive archers that deny enemy areas to the enemy. So essentially, they are like Gaius was. They protect and stop people from getting too close. Hunters are close-range multi-target shooters, so they focus on doing unguaranteed damage to multiple targets, from what I've seen. And snipers are the opposite, where they prefer to stay at great distance and kill single targets at a time, but they do a lot of damage. Another one that I've seen is kind of seems to be the more interesting of the 4 classes is the Triarus, or the third line of a Roman legion, can reduce the effectiveness of enemies and improve the performance of their allies. So this class seems very interesting to me, as it's not kind of hard to say, but it's I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. They are, as the game says here, they can be medics, flag bearers, or destroyers. They can do they can heal the teammates and remove negative effects, which is really cool. They could be flag bearers, where they control the battlefield by buffing allies and moving around and moving enemies, or destroyers, which deliver devastating attacks and that damage enemy armor. So these are very interesting. This is a very interesting class, because it's very these classes are all different ways of doing damage and different ways of being defensive. This is just 3 separate playstyles rolled into a single character, which leaves it to be either very interesting or very weak, and I cannot say yet. But it does look very interesting. However, I can't stop myself from playing this cool sword and shield, or spear and shield. So we are going to be playing as a Princeps, and I'm actually going to be sticking with what I played in the demo. We're going to be playing a Princeps Vanguard, because they just look really cool, and I love the theming of it. Let's get going. Asia Minor, 1st century BC.
Gentlemen, welcome to Lesbos, the pearl of the Mediterranean.
An ugly nest of pirates.
An impenetrable fortress of pirates, more like. With an infinite food supply thanks to the strength of their fleet.
We shall find a way to limit this infinite supply, then.
You think like an imperator, Gaius. All right, people. This is Lucullus's war camp, the heart of our operations in this territory. You have been seaborne for a long time now. I suggest you walk it off. See the things you have to see, and meet the people you have to meet. The consul waits in the command tent. Don't be too late if you don't want to see him angry.
Thank you for the follow, Kepler Dust there. Thank you very much. And I'm actually going to quickly mute myself while I blow my nose because I feel like crap. Alright, so we are now in Lucullus's war camp. And we can now look at our inventory where you can look for everything. So actually, let's read this. So we've got all equipped items go here. These are the different filters to see what we've got. We can drag items to our battle person to equip them. Very simple. And as you can see at the moment, we have 2 princeps, a Triaris and a Velis. And yeah, we have some good stuff. Skills. Skill screen is where you purchase skills and assign those to your hotbar. Here you can see how many unspent skill points you have. Passive skills have a round icon, while active skills have a square. Active skills must be assigned to the skill bar to use during combat. Very simple stuff. Your stats. The stat screen shows values that affect the character's performance as well as their experience points and their personality traits. Experience is gained from completing quest objectives or erecting milestones on the world map. These are the combat stats. Their values are shown here all include bonuses from the character's skills and items. Hover over each to get a description of what each does. The character's personality traits determine which of the words or actions will cause them to gain or lose approval for you. Perks give bonuses when assigned to a certain task in the group, camp, or when commanding a legion in battle. Okay. This is the triage menu, when you can treat injured Praetorians to prevent their untimely demise. You do not have any injured Praetorians at the moment. And we shouldn't do for a while, if I'm lucky. Okay. So this is the war camp. We're going to be around for a little bit. So let's get to know... Let's just talk to the people we can talk to.
Domine.
How are you doing, Sinros?
I'm hungry and my face is wind-burned, but at least both of my feet are planted on solid ground now.
Why would Mother send me here of all places?
To save your life, of course. She firmly believes the Witelli killed your father. Sending you here was the best course of action.
To tell you the truth, I'm glad to be here. This is a fine place to make a name for myself.
Most great men of Rome have made names for themselves on campaigns like these, it is true. Such glory can easily be the foundation of a lucrative political career, so long as one returns alive.
What do you know about the consul?
Dominus Lucius Licinius Lucullus was a close friend of your father's, and a supporter of your mother's efforts. He is now the closest thing you have to a father. You ought to keep this in mind.
You need anything?
Besides a good wine, a warm bath, and a thorough massage, not much. Thank you. But you should think about yourself, Domine.
What should I do, Sinros?
I would get used to my surroundings and visit the consul as soon as possible. We're here to accomplish something. Time to find out what it is.
I'll talk to you later.
Salve.
You're Bestia Tabat, right? I am Lucius Aquillius Severus.
I am called Bestia Tabat indeed. You fight well. I noticed it. I took the spear from the traitorous Triarchus. You should have it.
May I ask you a few questions?
You may ask, and I may answer or not.
Your name is quite unusual. Is Bestia your family name?
Your name is unusual. Tabat is the name that was given to me by my father. Vesture is the name I took when I earned my freedom. I chose it because I have fought and defeated many beasts.
Where are you from?
I was born in Mauritania, but I am a Roman citizen.
Have you ever fought in a war before?
Until I undertook this voyage, I fought every single day in the arena. But wars? This will be my first.
You were a gladiator. You must know much of combat then. Any advice to give?
I recommend you to not die. Honor matters little. He who stands tall in the end will always be the winner.
What can you tell me about the commanders here?
They say Lucullus has the greatest military mind in Rome. I only know he is consul and imperator, but I don't understand what that means.
How have you lived in Rome without knowing what these titles mean?
This is my first time seeing a senator outside of the spectator stands.
He's imperator because he holds the authority to command the legions of Rome.
Then, from what I have heard, we are in good hands. It will be an honor to fight for such a man.
Not like the Triarchus, did you?
The punishment for treachery should be death. That is how I grew up, and how I became the greatest gladiator Rome has ever known. All of the lesser ones died.
See you on the field of battle. A very domineering, not domineering, but very dominating personality. Bestia seems to portray.
That other legion. Bit wet behind the ears, aren't they?
Everyone starts out that way.
True enough. Soon they'll be veterans too.
Or they'll be dead.
Very true.
This is not going to work, as long as the rebels keep receiving supplies by sea.
We will need to cut their supply lines. It's an operation for our occulta speculatoris.
Ave Lucullus, we've arrived as requested.
By Jupiter, you sure have grown up, haven't you? This is the promising young man I was telling you about, Thermus.
Quite unassuming, but full of potential, I guess. Prime material for the speculatoris, if he can prove himself.
What are the speculatores?
A special cohort, assembled for particularly daring undertakings.
Soon enough, you shall see the kind of thing they are tasked to carry out.
Gladly, the chance to prove myself is what I've come for.
There will be ample opportunities for that, my young ward. A trial by fire is what you need. Now pay attention. We've been in a deadlock here on Lesbos for some time now. My co-consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta, is engaged against King Mithridates of Pontus in the east. Mithridates is using the pirates of Lesbos as his navy.
The fortress of Mytilene here is well protected, but it also has a weakness. There's a mountain pass we can utilize. I will lead the assault myself.
I volunteer for the vanguard. If my uncle can defeat Pontus, I can surely handle Mytilene.
So be it, then. Meanwhile, you will prove yourself as a leader, my young ward. Take Caeso Quintius Acollinus, your Servus Cineros, and that gladiator who came with you on the ship. You will meet up with Julius Calidus of my legion Speculatoris. Your mission is to sneak into the harbor and destroy the enemy ships any way you can. I expect you have questions.
Given the impression that I was to serve as your tribunus.
If you're worried about your future political prospects, have no fear. We will tell everyone you served as my tribunus with great distinction.
Why can I not take part in the main assault like Gaius?
If you are fast, you may yet play a part in that. But for the assault to succeed, you must do this first.
All of this is just a secondary operation to Cotta's campaign.
That doesn't make what we're doing any less important. Mithridates has a dozen warriors for each of our legionari. Defeating Pontus will require patience and caution. Regaining control of the Aegaeum Mare is a crucial step in cutting off Mithridates' supply lines.
Well, no more questions. I'll do what needs to be done.
Wait. Are those your father's old weapons? I'm sure they mean a lot to you, but look, the leather is brittle. This won't do. Visit my smith, Sextus, and get yourself properly equipped before you go.
Okay.
Salve, son, do you need anything?
I want to thank you for saving my life.
That is unnecessary. I just wish your father could see you like this. He would have been proud.
I think I'm safe here. Those people attacked our villa. What if they find me?
Calm your soul, child. There's nothing to be worried about. I am your Patronus now. No one will dare to harm you as long as I am alive.
You and my father were close.
We served together under Cornelius Sulla in the Social War. He was the most talented spy I've ever known.
Taught me a lot about staying ahead of my enemies.
I know. You're a natural fit for the occultist speculatores. If you're anything like your father, you'll even enjoy it.
The people we're here to fight, are they pirates or rebels?
Lesbos has rebelled against Rome. We call them pirates for political reasons, when in reality these people are organized much like a navy. They are allied with Mithridates, Megas of Pontus. He's without a doubt the most dangerous enemy Rome has faced since Hannibal.
How can I hate this word. I apologize, guys, in advance. I am not the best at pronouncing words. Like, that's just a thing I suck at. How can Mithridates... I literally heard him say it and I can't say it. Pose a threat against the might of Rome.
Pontus is a strong nation. They have conquered Colchis, Cappadocia, and Bithynia. And these conquests have made them bold. Mithridates himself is a fascinating figure. They say he has rendered himself immune to poison.
Not the first time Mithridates has fought Rome.
My mentor, Cornelius Sulla, defeated him some years ago when he first invaded our province of Asia. Mithridates exploits the ebb and flow of the conflict between the factions of our Senate. He strikes when Rome is divided, like a vulture circling a wounded wolf.
See you later, Patron. Talk to Guy.